What's up, guys? This is a long-awaited friendship video between me and Karen. You've seen her in 4 videos, I think. One, my get to know me video. One, sports trivia for her, and our baseball field in December was the other one.
Yep.
So we figured, since you see her so much, you probably should know how we became best friends and each other's person. So here it is. I'll let her start, and then I'll chime in when I need to.
Yeah, so we remember how we met differently.
Yeah.
We assume. We haven't gone over it fully, but we assume. So I remember the first time meeting you. We met at college, which...
That's a different story in itself, but
we'll cover that next. We met at college. I remember it going that I was standing, waiting for the class that happened, I think, after lunch. So I was standing there waiting for that to happen, and I had seen you in the class. I don't think I remember that you were in my first class. I was kind of asleep during that. Not literally, I was just very tired.
Yeah, maybe literally. Who knows?
Maybe literally sometimes. But no, I remember you coming up to me and saying, "Hey," I think. That might have been it. In my mind, it was this big thing, like we know each other now.
Yeah.
And so we went through class, and then the next day, or the next time we had that class, I think it was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday maybe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the next time we had that class, I saw you in the lunchroom between classes, and I asked if I could sit with you.
Yep.
And what you reminded me of was that we, when I sat with you, it was like 40 minutes until the class, or an hour or something, and we basically just told each other random things about us that ended up being
super similar, and like
really
we
similar.
were sisters from a different time, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
It was very strange, but a match made in heaven, apparently. So from then on, it's the rest is history, I guess. But from what I remember, the only thing I remember is I remember seeing her a lot in those 2 classes that we had together. But I was always mad at her because she was always in the back of the classroom where I wanted to be, away from the teachers, because you can't get away with anything, like with your phone or your computer in front of the class. But that was all that the handicap seating was in the front of the class. And I always remember, because she always got the last seat at the last side of the classroom, and I was like, hey, I'm so jealous. And then she came up to me in the lunchroom, was like, hey, I know we have class together, can I sit with you? And 40 minutes later, we acted like we know each other's life stories, because we did. And a lot of it was very, very similar. Our big families, medical issues, obviously with me, but some of her family as well. So we kind of bonded over that. And being the youngest was kind of a thing too. So, she can't stand sports, but she loves me. So now she tolerates sports.
Yeah.
She does about everything. What'd you just say? The jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a liar. She's a master at a lot. But that's pretty much how it went. How the start of it went.
Yeah.
It's just magical since.
I guess that's why I remember it differently. You said hi, which is something you say to just anybody. But to me, it was this big, like, oh, she noticed me. I need to talk to her now because she said hey to me, so I have to be polite and, talk to her when I walk by her. So, yeah, that was just me being awkward. So, but I don't remember what happened after that. That was it.
That was it.
That was the beginning, and it wasn't any more, build up. It was just okay, we're friends now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we almost, there were very few reasons that we ended up at the same college at all.
Yeah.
Do you want to say why you didn't end up why
I
Wouldn't
ended
have?
up at CPCC
That
a year and a half later than I probably should have.
was it really a year and a half later too?
Yeah, I think it was a year. It was a year later because, okay, well, the start of it was because in high school, you know how you have all the electives and all that stuff you're supposed to do, like sewing and photography, and, well, my situation, can I sew? Nope, I can't. And in photography, can I go to the woods and take pictures? And nope. So they just stuck me in every marketing class possible. So I literally didn't have any other classes to take because I'd taken everything. So I ended up having to take college classes in high school, and they wanted me to go to CPCC half the time. And I ended up taking a placement test, and, well, let's just say 2/3 of that went well. The third, English, I failed that part, so I had to stay at Independence High School and do college classes online that way instead of at CPCC, and obviously it was a blessing in disguise.
Wow.
And weirdly enough, I got 100% on the grammar part, and everybody looked at me like I was some sort of genius, because apparently that's supposed to be the hardest part, of course. And so I waited about a year longer in high school than I was supposed to be, and thank God I did.
I still would have been there.
Yeah.
Like I was actually there for a year and a half maybe, or just
Yeah.
a year before
Yeah.
that. But I almost didn't go to college. That's just like, my parents didn't go to college. They have a successful business, and so they told all of us, go to college if you want to. You don't really have to. It's up to you. And so I just was like, okay, I'm not going to college. I don't need to. You can think of that decision whatever you want. But then I was talking to a friend, and he said, hey, why don't you go to CPCC with me? I'll help you fill out your application. And I was like, okay. So it was a random day that I made a really random decision that I was just going to give college a try. And I did. And so, like, I wasn't going to be at college.
No, and so I guess fate, or I don't know, but yeah, we should not have crossed paths given how we started, but we did, and thank God we did, obviously. But I can tell you, I did most of our macro and micro homework, and she did most of my work when I went to UNC Charlotte.
Right. I was out of school, and I did her work, but it made up for her doing my work. Because we had 2 classes together just for one semester. Yeah. We didn't have classes after that together. Yeah. You went to UNC after that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had 2 classes together. The first one was early in the morning, like 8 a.m.
Yeah, which I still can't understand why neither of us did that, given my mom was my ride.
It was the only choice.
Yeah.
It was the only choice. I hate mornings.
So do I.
Terribly. So yes, I sat at the back of the class because I sat against the wall, so I could just lean against it. And I did try to do the Learn Smarts during class.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get it. It was macro or microeconomics. I don't really know.
And
I feel like it was micro.
I feel like it too.
Didn't get it.
And I think I got a B. I can't remember. But the only reason
I passed somehow.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
The only reason I got a B was because the Learn Smarts were like 90% of our grade. And I think he did that because the test made no sense.
No sense.
None to what it actually was. So, or whatever he taught us. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was one of those. So I ended up doing all our Learn Smarts because she didn't get it. I have a great memory. So I just remembered all the questions from when I did it. So that's pretty much how that went.
Yeah. We go from microeconomics to the lunchroom, eat Subway.
Yeah, we had Subway for about 4 times a week for however a year and a half. And I think I've had Subway maybe once since I left college.
I eat it. I just don't eat it.
Because of that smell still radiates. It really does.
It was the only choice unless you wanted like a pre-packaged sandwich or a microwave meal from the bookstore.
Or you can get something from the vending machine. That was it. So we were basically Subway or starve.
But we would get our Subway, and then she'd do my Learn Smarts, and I mean, I would do something productive. I tried.
She would probably write some scripts to her books, or I don't know, or go on Amazon. We did that a lot. We did
still do that a lot.
Yeah, we
still do that.
We perused Amazon a lot. I don't know why. We never bought it.
Yeah, it's like window shopping, but
actually, that's a lie. I think you did some Christmas shopping one time. But
yes, because I Christmas shop like starting in August of each year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then we had accounting together. She understood accounting more than I did, so...
She was a great teacher.
Yeah.
Fantastic teacher.
Yep, but the good thing was we sat together in that class.
At the back of the class.
Back. It was at the back, and what was that? That was when people would play random computer games in front of us, and we would get dizzy really quickly, but we couldn't stop staring at it.
I'm not the type of person, like my mom cannot watch a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Because she'll get sick. I'm not that way. But this guy was playing this game, and you have to like turn your thing so the ball cannot fall in the hole or something. I don't know. I still don't understand it, but it made me so dizzy, but I couldn't look away.
It mesmerized both of us. Yeah. So that's what we did in that class. She did better in accounting than I did, but we both passed. And then she got the 2-year, and I went on for my 4-year organizational management at UNC Charlotte. And she's a big marketing buff for her greenhouse company. Mm-hmm. So every time I needed her for a group project, because you know how group projects go, you don't know what you're getting stuck with. Every time I needed her to do something or help me with a project, she would. So it kind of went full circle in a awesome way. In that way, and 7 years later, we're sitting here right now, and we're best friends, each other's person. We've been through a lot together. I was in her wedding. She helped me start my YouTube channel. She's building a house right now. I work for her company, her family's greenhouse. I made their YouTube presence, so it's pretty much how it's gone. It's been the easiest and greatest 7 years of friendship that I can remember. So, I mean, it's pretty much it. We're pretty parallel.
Yeah, except that like I don't like sports. I don't watch all your videos. There's like a ton of videos. I watch videos, but I don't like sports. You don't like to read, but you read my book. So, like, we've got opposites, but we support each other.
Yeah, I mean, she's been in 4, like I said at the beginning, she's been in 4 of my videos, and she doesn't like sports at all. Yeah. So, it's kind of very, very different, but we bounce ideas off each other all the time, even though she knows very, very little about baseball, sports in general, but bounce ideas off each other and all that stuff. So it's a great balance. We love TV. We're TV junkies. That's kind of what we do. Actually, I think what was our first show? Was it The Fosters that we watched together?
That's the first one we discovered together. We were watching Grey's Anatomy.
Of course.
And One Tree Hill together.
Yeah.
You got me to go back and watch the final 6 seasons. I stopped at season 6, I think. You got me to watch the rest.
Yeah.
But the first time we discovered a show together, like completely new to both of us, it was The Fosters.
Yeah. And I think we watched that. Sweet Magnolias is our new one right now that we watch together. really good shows. These are recommendations if you haven't, but you've probably been under a rock if you haven't watched those because they're pretty popular. But
yeah, they're good.
Bones, we've kind of like discussed that one together because we both watched it.
Yeah,
and she's watching
I'm
it right
finishing
now.
it right now.
But yeah, TV is a huge thing for us. Yeah, I don't know how that didn't end up happening quicker. But One Tree Hill, you see a lot of my sayings that I use are from One Tree Hill, and our friendship sayings are from One Tree Hill.
And Grey's Anatomy.
So, oh yeah, my 21st birthday gift from her was the tumor on the wall. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen any of Grey's Anatomy. That is a friendship gift that is on my wall and will always be on my wall. It's just one of those things. And the funny thing is, we can, like, best friend relationships, we can talk 9 hours about paint on the wall and not get bored. And that's how our friendship has evolved. And it hasn't evolved completely yet, but it's been so amazing and fun. So, but that is pretty much our story in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, pretty quick, and pretty unimaginable when you actually say it out loud. But it's been the greatest 7 years. So, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions for us, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff that I always forget to put in my videos. But do that. And yes, Karen is an author. If you want a link to her book, I'll put it in the bottom as well. She's working on another one because, of course, she is. So that is all I got. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoy. And I hope you find a person like this, because it certainly makes your life a lot easier and a lot more fun.
Yeah, for sure.
See you guys.